What's good, YouTube? My name is Paz and I've been grinding Supervive for about a year now, performing very high on the leaderboard. So here is one general tip for every single hunter so that you guys can hit the ground running and start enjoying the game just as much as I do. Starting off with Bishop. Bishop is a tough character, but her strongest ability by far is her punch that allows her to push enemy wisps into enemy players as well as trees to deal massive damage and trigger stuns. Because of this, instead of getting tunnel visioned on enemies, scan the map around you and use the terrain to win the fight for you. When playing Brawl, it is so easy to just rush in and die again and again and again. The best tip I can give you for Brawl is to take a deep breath and wait for your team to be ready. If you do end up hitting your tether, let your teammates start the engagement and then launch yourself in to clean up the enemy while they are all not focusing on you and your teammates instead. Celeste has one of, if not the best dash in the game. Because of this, it is actually incredibly important that you do your best to be the last one standing in every single fight. You want to make sure that you can get away and hit the res for your team if you need to. Worst case scenario, you pick up a most wanted and play over the abyss for a free kill, since Celeste is also insane for abyss play. Oh yeah, and a little bonus tip, pick up health packs to perform jump dashes that will launch you even further. Elluna is an easier character. I'm not gonna act like she isn't, but the difference between a pushover on Elluna and a great player on Elluna is very noticeable, especially through her heal. If you throw your heal by pressing the cooldown again, it actually amplifies the healing for a short duration. If you get really good with it, you can throw the heal right at the end of its duration to turbo boost your heal. It takes some time getting used to, but it literally doubles your value immediately. Felix is a really flexible character, but if you decide to run a tanky version of him, you don't have to give up damage. On a tank build, your damage mostly comes from ramping up your passive and slowly burning the enemy over time, rather than just holding your flamethrower. So first, create space by proccing the burning passive, and then apply pressure while prioritizing your positioning and staying alive. As Ghost, your grenade can either be a very valuable asset, or it can be a detriment, especially when you are trying to chase someone down. Because your nade knocks people back, good players will use the knockback to boost themselves away from you if no wall is present. Do not give players a chance to get away due to your carelessness. When starting off on Huntress, don't tunnel vision too much on hitting perfect charge shots. Instead, focus on perfecting her other utility first, as that is what makes her super strong. Depending on the meta, sometimes you'll want to focus on hitting teams with your E as frequently as possible as well, or saving your right click to push melee hunters away from you and your teammates consistently. Joule is a very combo heavy character, which means it's really important for you to hit every one of your abilities in quick succession. That being said, it is important that you don't rush yourself and make it harder than it needs to be, especially with her E. Study characters and see what situations make it harder for them to dodge your abilities, like after a dash for example, and then go in for a combo to execute them. Time to kill is super low in Supervive, but not so low that you don't have time to take a breath. Kingpin is similar to Joule. It is really important that you do not rush your hook or throw it out blindly. If you want to look for a hook through a wall, ask for your teammates to go in and give you vision so that you have a much easier time aiming. This will boost your consistency and exponentially increase your value no matter what. Oath's ultimate is extremely strong, but it's also extremely easy to miss and dodge. Currently, your best bet to use the ultimate is to not engage with it, but rather to take enemies by surprise. To do this, start the fight forward, bait the enemies into a choke, and then use your slam. This will cut off the amount of angles they have to run away and increase your odds of stunning them and dealing significant damage. Possibly one of the most powerful parts of Shiv's kit is her option to start channeling her ultimate while her teleportation dagger is in the air. Whenever you want to engage with her ultimate, throw your dagger at the enemies, start channeling your ultimate, and then press your dagger again to teleport a barrage of bullets into your enemies' faces. And god damn, is it so satisfying when it works. It is really easy to get caught up in shooting your targets on Shrike, but remember, they can see where you are aiming. If a player knows that they are getting targeted, they will get ready to dodge your bullets. Instead, you can be unpredictable by aiming at another target from time to time and then quickly flicking over to your desired target at the last second to land more consistent shots. Some games won't be yours though, and you might struggle, so focus focusing on providing vision for your team is always a strong part of your kit to remember as well. Much like Oath, Void's ultimate is really strong, but it's also really hard to hit. Focus on trying to force your enemies into hard situations to leave where they may forget that you have your ultimate to counter. If your team loses a player, using your ultimate to guarantee a res is not a bad play, and you might just be able to find an enemy pushing too far, thirsting for more kills with your team. Chipsa does this all the time in EU show matches, and it is absolutely insane when he pulls it off. Lastly, Zeph's grenade can either be one of the best abilities in the game or absolutely terrible if you use it too early. Zeph sets up his team and simply cannot do it all on his own. Look for teammates to combo with like Void, Oath, or realistically any character in the cast. Just make sure that if you are looking to combo, wait for the enemies to use their dashes or use your nade to force dashes instead of looking for the combo first. And that's a wrap to the tips we have in today's video. Give yourself time to learn Supervive, and I promise you, you will enjoy the game more than any others you have played in your life. I'm streaming the game right now if you're trying to grind those shards to get into the alpha. But until next time, I've got to peace out and Paz out. I'll see you in the next one.